Is there a resume outline that you recommend? Member of the tribe is asking if I have any particular template or outline for your resume and CV when applying for the job of your dreams. Now this goes for probably most nursing students, or, well, no, I take that back. This could be for anybody. The short answer is no, I really don't have an outline or a CV template that I've ever used. Maybe I've just gotten lucky thus far. Every job that I have applied for, yeah, I have to think about it for a split second. But every job that I've applied for in my nursing career, I've been offered, which sounds horribly cocky, but I don't think it has anything to do with my resume or my CV. I think I've always been in the right place at the right time. And quite honestly, I feel, and this is just me, I feel I interview well. I've always interviewed well. I probably interview well because I was a manager at one point in my non-nursing careers. So I did the hiring, so I know what the employers are going to ask, and I know what answers are better than some. There's no perfect answer, but I know how to answer. I don't have a CV template. If I gave any suggestions, you need to be brief, short, and use effective grammar. You need to be every job that you've held should be no more than 2 sentences. Maybe if you're really, I mean, if you're pushing for filling out the resume, you might get away with 3 sentences. But you should have no more than 2 sentences of the description of your job, what your responsibilities were, and your description. Ultimately, the resume itself should be no more than 2 pages. Many will recommend that it is a singular page, that it is 1 page, and that employers, if they have to look at more than 1 page, they're just going to toss it into the other bin. They're not going to actually review it or pass it on to the next step if they have to look at more than 1 piece of paper. I completely disagree with this. My resume has always been 2 pages. In fact, I think it's been 3 pages at some point in my career. So I don't think this whole 1 page limit is valid. I could also be wrong again. I think you do need to keep it brief. And if you're writing paragraphs and you have 30 positions listed in your resume, yeah, they're probably going to toss that. They only want to know about what's relevant to the job you're applying for, and it has to be brief. And you should look up what they have described as power words, or words that elicit leadership skills or team building skills. And I don't have the monopoly on these particular words. You can Google all that stuff. All you gotta do is Google, like, in quotations, power words, or words to use on a resume. You know, it's fairly self-explanatory. All of these things you can Google. All of these things you could probably pay somebody to do. So you're either going to do the work yourself, or you're going to pay somebody to do it for you. Most nursing students don't have that kind of moolah, so you're going to have to do the work for yourself. I also put at the end of my resume references upon request. So if they want references, you have an entire separate sheet for references. Most jobs are applied through a website. If I'm not mistaken, you can submit just your CV as the Word document, sometimes have to type it in, and ultimately you can add the resume or the references at the end of your resume if you really wanted to. And then your cover letter is something completely different. Your cover letter is your statement of intent. It should be a very brief synopsis of no more than a paragraph or two of who you are, where you've been, what you're doing, and how you can help the employer and or team for which you're interested in. A short 2 to 3 sentences of what qualities do you possess that would make you the perfect fit for this candidacy. That what separates you from the flock? Why are you the best candidate to choose versus your classmate, versus that person down the road? Why in the world would they want to hire you? Your cover letter should be, you should be selling yourself. You have to promote yourself. This is where you get to talk about your qualities and what makes you such an amazing person and an amazing nurse. You're going to have to dig deep and actually start talking, promoting yourself. And there are a lot of nurses that have a hard time doing that. So then seek out help from your friends or your colleagues or your former professors. Ask them to provide letters of reference, and then use those letters of reference to build that cover letter or to build your confidence in what are the qualities that make you the best candidate for this particular position. There is no cookie cutter resume that is going to get you the job. You got to do what is best for you, because what your resume looks like is going to be completely different than what my resume looks like, and will be completely different than what your classmate's resume will look like. And it should be, because it's your job to make sure you are the best candidate.